So that's my first tray done, and I've actually remembered to label them. Go me. I'm not always good at labelling, so those cockies sure are. Good morning and welcome to Renter Space. My name is Lindsay and thank you for joining me today. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back, and if you're new, welcome for the first time. I call this YouTube channel Renter Space because I am clearly, well not clearly, but I am actually renting the house that we live in. And so we are rural and it is on a large block. However, I'm not allowed to put in-ground gardens, and my owner has actually said no raised garden beds per se. He did change his mind a little while ago, so I did buy everything to make them. Things have since changed, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done to the house, and he has decided that it's easy to do it if we're not here, so we have 3 months to find somewhere else to go. Anyway, worst time ever. Well, it's not really, it's never a good time to have to move, but there's not a lot of rentals around here. But worse is, it's the end of July, so it's like the 30th today of July, and I was very much hoping to be able to just get into seed season, start planting my seeds ready for spring. So I'm still going to be doing that. I just have to be a little mindful of what I am growing that can handle being moved. Obviously, yes, I do everything in containers, so pots, in Mr. Stacky pots, which you can see one behind me. I do have 4 of those and I love them. I have my herbs, I have strawberries, I have my snow peas in one at the moment. However, I also need to get some plants in the ground. So I do have some inside already that are capsicums and a few chilies. But those seed, I wasn't really sure if they were going to work. I've had them probably too long really, but most of the time they still germinate. You just don't get as good a yield. But it's also, I haven't had a lot of water, so we've had to buy water in. My last video, if you watched it, I planted up fig cuttings and we were 100% out of water. So we were out of water for 2 weeks. None. Zip, zilch, nada, nothing. We had nothing in our tank. And the forecast kept saying rain, so we put off buying water, because there's nothing worse. If you live on tank water, you know the pain of having to buy water and then it rains and you have to watch your large sum of money overflow out of a tank. Anyway, so we have we bit the bullet and we bought a tank. Well, it's not even a tank, it's a truckload, so about half a tank of water. So I thought, well, I'm going to try and get some seeds in and see what we can do. I'm still umming and ahhing what I am going to actually plant, because obviously I don't know how it's going to go. We might find a house in 3 weeks and have to up and move. We might not find a house until the end of the 90 days. We are looking, and literally in our area there are 2 houses, and both of them are a lot more in rent than what we're paying now. But that is what it is, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to have my coffee. Morning. What's he doing? Your cup is ready to go. That's okay. Yeah. They can't see you. It's quite early in the morning and Jamie's just woken up. Anyway, so I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, so I'm going to have my coffee and get some seeds done, and we'll see how we go. So thank you for joining me today. Just got to do my best not to get dirt in your cuppa. Okay, so I do have a seedling tray already filled. Here, and it is, I've already wet the soil and there's water in the tray soaking. So Now this year has been a really strange year, so it's kind of put me on a bit of a, I just don't know what to plant. If you haven't seen before, I have my seeds in these. They're actually photo storage boxes. You can get them online. I got mine from Kmart. I think they're like $10, $12 each. Online they're about $20, $30. So you're just supposed to put your photos in them. This wasn't my idea. I got this from Becky at Homestead. But to be honest, I love it. So, you know, my tomatoes are in one. Some of them are multiple vegetables, things that I don't grow a lot of. You know, maybe one variety of each. I've got a couple of varieties of lettuce in there. I'm just really not sure what to plant. Okay, I might do some... I've got lots of snow peas going, so I don't need any more of them for a while. Wouldn't mind some shelling peas. But again, I don't know. I'll do some beans. I'm going to do some climbing beans. So these are rattlesnake. These were quite nice actually. I really liked these last year. It was the first time ever having them last year, but I really liked them. They kind of looked a bit pretty. Now a lot of my seeds, most of my seeds anyway, are from Seeds of Plenty. I don't know if you can really see, but Seeds of Plenty. And the others are from Seed Mania. So I just get them online. Oh yeah, my blue lake climbing bean. I think I might grow some of these as well. These are a DT Brown one. These are a climbing bean. They're blue lake. So I think I might start with those. The jade bean, but I don't want the jade. Okay, so for now I'm going to go with the two beans. So my rattlesnake and the blue lake. Now this here is for 8, 12, 16, 20. So I think I'll do, I might do 8 of the rattlesnake. And I am only putting one in per tray. I can always add more later. Try not to get the rest of them wet. I'll be back. Okay, I've just got my reused cutlery. As you can see, depending on what I use, the end has to be broken off because it's thing, but others stirring coffees or noodles. That one's got a bit of yellow stain from soup, like a chicken rice dish, I mean. So I just kind of wash the dirt off of it. And these ones had like things that it just soaks in, so I snap the end off. But I really try to, these are all bamboo, so I try and reuse them. If I break the end off, it goes into my compost bin. Okay, so these were my rattlesnake. Snake bean. Today's the 30th of the 7th, 23. This is not the pen I thought it was. The next ones I'm going to do are my blue lake bean. Now I know some people soak their beans. To be honest, I have never. It is something I was thinking of doing this year, but I don't know. Now this soil, I did say it before, but it is pre-moistened. Oh, there's a big chunk in there, I'll get rid of that. So I have pre-moistened my soil. I made sure that it was nice and wet from the top, but I also had the pot soaking in water from underneath. And that's just to ensure that the soil was nice and wet. There's another big chunk. I want to ensure that the soil's wet so the seed has as best chance as possible to germinate, which is why a lot of the time people do soak their peas and beans. It's just, like I said, it's not something I've ever done. Not to say it's wrong, it's just I've never done it. Like I said, I was thinking of doing it this year, and here I am now, and I'm just not. I probably wouldn't mind doing it maybe in my next batch, just to see the difference in growth. But yeah. So, like I said, I've done 8 of the rattlesnake beans. I'm going to do 3 lots of the 4, so the 12 lots of the blue lake bean. I like the rattlesnake, and they look really nice in salads. Okay, so, oh, can you hear the cockies? Maybe we are going to get some rain. There are black cockies everywhere. Hello. Oh, that one was like that far from my head. Can you see them? I love the yellow crested black cockies. Hello. They're not good on my fruit trees. They like to eat a lot of my fruit, but they're in the figured macadamia tree right now, in the bamboo. Are you after my oranges? Am I out here? Are you trying to scare me away? Okay. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. So I have done the 8 of the rattlesnake beans, and I did quite like them. I really like them in a salad. It just added something different. Excuse me. Oh, those two are having a squabble. Anyway, so but I really like the blue lake as well. They're good for cooking and everything else, so. They're just writing what they are. I'm very proud of myself because I have actually labelled them. So that's my first tray done. Okay, so I'm gonna do another tray of seeds. I'm a bit unsure of what to do really this year because we've had the weirdest year. So if you've watched previous videos, my capsicums actually didn't start fruiting till May, which is when they should have been really at their peak. Like that should have been them finishing up for the season. My pumpkins are harvested at the beginning of July. Capsicums again, beginning of July. Everything's been really weird this year. Really weird. My macadamias, it was way too wet for them this year, so I maybe got a dozen macadamias, maybe 2 dozen. And normally I get, you know, keep bags and bags and bags and bags of macadamia nuts. Normally I get so much that they're in my house for about 6 months, drying and airing, and while I roast them up. And so I'm really kind of confused what to do. So yesterday was the 29th of July and it was 25 degrees. Like, we're in the middle of winter and we've had warmer weather in winter than we had all summer. So I don't know what this summer's going to bring. I don't know what this spring's going to bring. So I'm just kind of winging it now. I am thinking I should get some pumpkins in now though, so I can have them ready to go. So if it does become warm, I can get them out early to give me a better chance of actually getting something if we move. But then I'm like, if I move and they're not ready, I don't know. And I don't want to plant my sunflowers, but I want to start my sunflowers. I think I'm going to I reckon that's why they're here. They know I'm going to do the sunflowers and they're going to try and come and eat my seeds. Normally when I plant my sunflowers, I have actually I buy like the cheap 3, 4, 5 kilo bags of sunflowers, depending on what I can get. And then when I plant my seeds, if they're outside, I actually throw the birds down the back. A bunch of birds like sunflowers, so that they go for them instead of my seeds. Most of the time it works. There are a few exceptions, but mostly it works. The rats, on the other hand, they don't care. They'll come and eat them. But the birds normally stay away if I give them something. So often I'll grab maybe some insect-ridden fruit, and I'll grab some of those cheap sunflower seeds, and then I throw them out for the birds. And then I figure if any of them miss, I get some free sunflowers out of them too. That's like my line of defense. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Mostly it works, actually. It does mostly work. Even with my fruit trees, I find that if I get any insect or overripe fruit, or any fruit that's maybe a little bit too sour, I will cut them up and I throw them out for the birds, and they eat that instead of attacking my tree and wiping out my fruit on my tree, so I don't get any. I really don't know what to grow. I've just put the soil into a grow bag to make it easier than having to go in and out of the potted bag mix. Now I've also pre-moistened this soil. So I think what I'm going to do is I've done my beans, and I think I'm going to bite the bullet and do some pumpkins, and I think I might leave that then for today, and that'll be all I get done. Not that that's all I sort of want to necessarily, that's all I can do, but for now I think I've got other jobs around the house I need to do that at this stage are probably a little bit more important than planting seeds. Like, there's not a lot I can get in because it's still it's still quite early. But because it has been sort of, it's warm during the day and cold at night, so I figure if I get what I can and what I know will survive inside while it's that slightly warmer weather, then I'll do that. Now the other thing is I've soaked this soil, but I've actually put in it some fertiliser. So when I wet it, I've wet it with liquid fertiliser. Now this is a bit of a homemade concoction, so it's been brewing. Well, it's not even a friend made it. It's not mine. One of my friends I used to work with, he makes it. So it is manure, seaweed. He makes it with the grass, ash, like potash, or char from his fire, like it to be like potash. So yeah, and then he soaks it, and he soaks it in big barrels, and he just gives me little bits and pieces here and there. So yeah, so it's wet. It's been had that, so the soil's got those nutrients in it. Okay, so I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to do my pumpkins. I'm going to do 3 of my golden nugget. These are Mr. Fothergirls. I'm going to do 3 plants of those. And then I'm going to do 3 of my buttercup. And these are from Seeds Aplenty, but I'm going to do 3 of those. Well, if I have 3. Oh, I have 4. Oh, there you go. That was lucky. Clearly I need more pumpkin seeds. So I just plant them up. Actually, I should probably write my tag before I forget which is which, shouldn't I? Be a good girl, Lindsay. Write your tag. Probably got a cold cup of coffee now. Not quite, but close. Okay. I'm just going to get 3 seeds out. And again, I'm only going to plant 1 in each container. If they don't grow, then I'll add another one. Now when I plant them, I don't know if you can really see, but there's like a top. See the sort of, that one's probably not the best one. You can really see it a bit better on that one. Okay, so they're rounded on one and kind of top. Now I always put, so that to the top. I actually saw a video the other day, I've never seen this before, where they cut the top off here, just, and I mean like millimeters, to allow the seed to get more air in there. And I have also seen them where they again soak them. I'm not doing that, and I've never done that, but have you done that before? If so, leave a comment, let me know. Let me know how you plant your pumpkin seeds, and how you find. Do you soak your beans, your peas, your pumpkins, or do you just, like me, dry plant them in wet soil? It'd be interesting to know though how everyone else does it. That's the whole point of this, isn't it? Is to have a community and we all learn off of each other and learn ideas and see what else other people do and why you do it. Does it, you know, like, I know, so when I watched the video the other day, they said it's a quicker germination. So I guess that'd be really good, especially for the end of the season. To be honest, I am planting slightly earlier just because we have had that hot weather. And I figure if I can get them in the ground, why not? But again, it's not something I don't normally plant quite so early, but we've had so much warm weather and I'm a bit worried as to how it's going to be this year. So I thought I'm going to get them in. And also with the fact that I'm going to have to move, I thought things that I know that take a while to sort of grow and get to that stage, I have a better chance of actually getting something out of them. Anyway, thank you so much everyone for joining me today on this video. I really do appreciate it. It was only a small one, just a quick one. There will be more videos coming. I do have other things that I'm working on in the background at the moment, besides packing the house in case we get something. But anyway, thank you again for joining us and I really do appreciate it. Anyway, have a great day, enjoy your Sunday, and I hope the weather and your garden have been good to you. Thanks, bye. So here they all are planted up, 6 pumpkin. I got 3 of the buttercup and 3 of the golden nugget. So, yeah, thank you.